Oh yeah, I'm giving you the classic music of the game. You haven't heard this in forever. Wow. Wow. Oh man. All right, that's enough. I'm not going to blast your poor ears with that anymore. Okay, we're done. Okay. I am out of the dev meeting. We're good. Yeah, you know that music? That music, most people have muted that music like 8 years ago. Welcome in. All right, it's the start of a new month. Rev is going to be positive this month. So let's see how things go. We're going to talk to y'all. I cannot obviously tell y'all what's coming in November. What I can do is drop hints and infatuations. That's not even the right word. But before we do any of that, make sure you get everybody into the chat today so we can talk. We're also going to be hanging out on Twitch tonight. So you have 2 opportunities for streaming today. Bad month. I didn't say bad month. I said the same thing last month. I'll go ahead and say the same thing this month, Wolfwood. There are things that everybody will enjoy, and then there are things that a specific group of people have really been wanting. So overall, I think if you just want a general feel, November better than like September, August for sure. But we'll see what y'all say. We'll get there when we get there. When's Incursions? William, check out my video from yesterday. Short answer is Incursions is this upcoming Monday for everybody. Did talk about it in yesterday's YouTube video. Please go watch it, like it, and hit all the comments. All those things help out the channel. So appreciate you. And there you go. So, well, that's a low bar, is it not? I mean, technically it is a low bar, Steven, but at the same time, if we want the game to like rebound from having the struggles it's had, it needs to rebound. And I think November can do that. I think one thing to remind you is when because this is a brand new arc, right? And I'm not saying this to like get everybody's hopes soured. I'm simply saying it to be accurate. Remember, anytime a new arc launches, the first month of every new arc is generally come on class, generally a month catered to whom? But that doesn't mean it's bad for everybody, right? So we've had bad months recently just because they were bad, right? Like they were just bad. I don't think that's going to be this month. So like when the Carol Freeman stuff came out, all that was just going to be bad, and we told them it was going to be bad, and it was bad. I don't think bad is going to coincide with month 1 of the arc that you're about to see, but at the same time, the first beginning of an arc is always catered to a specific group, and that's just the theme of the game. So I think the game is getting back to where it was in the beginning part of the year. If you remember, where I actually shared this on my Discord. And actually more people have been asking about the grades, and I am more than happy to share the grades we've been doing over the past few months. But hell, let me go ahead and just put this back on the screen for you. How about this? Let me save this image because I don't think I had it saved on my computer. I'm gonna actually show y'all what y'all have graded things so far this year. And if you don't participate in these grades and you're like, well, I don't think it was a C. Well, look, it's your fault for not participating in the damn grades. If you can't tell, I'm trying to be in a good mood today. So 1 second, let me get this on the screen. It does take a minute for me to live edit it. So you're about to see what y'all have graded the entire year up to August. I have not, working with Archduke, we've not added in October or anything, but here is the overall grades. Specific stuff can definitely get into if you have a specific, feature that you're curious about how it graded. But anyway, beginning of the year, middle of the year. So in terms of like what months these translate to, because you're just seeing the patch numbers right there, like patch 54 was May, right? So it actually starts January, February, March, April, and goes all the way up to August. So 57 was August, 50 is January. And you can see like in terms of like the game, the beginning of the year, and even feature-wise recently has been pretty good, but like it was the stability and communication that just kept going boom, 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 boom. Now go ahead and add in on the features for like, go ahead and assume the feature for like the September is like a D or an F because it really took a nosedive. But I think what you're going to get in November is returning back to this path, which was a positive path, right? Below Decks is over. If that's a confirmation y'all are looking for, Below Decks is over, which means a new arc is launching this upcoming Yeah, next week. I was going to say, because today's Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday. So for those curious on that, that is coming. And that means that hopefully we're returning back to a good thing. Anyone else bothered by the lack of ship phaser used in Picard Season 3 until the final? A lot of that is the most random question. I read that expecting it to be a game question, but it was not. So I'll just go ahead and say no, not bothered, but sure. I was unexpected. Also says no event store. So typically 2-month events, and we'll have these every now and then, we'll have Dabo style wheels and they last for 2 months and they don't have an event store. So you'll be getting November starts a new arc, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to have goodies coming through. So if you have questions about some of the stuff coming in November, there's some things I can answer. And there's some things that I'll go ahead and bite the bullet on and say I was a problem at, like in terms of 5th year anniversary tokens, did figure out how those are working. And it's actually on me because they did provide that information earlier and I missed it. So we have stuff like that and I'll share as much as I can with you. So will this arc be a revisit to a previous arc? No, actually, no. This is actually, this is a good opportunity for a hint. Tell you what, we've got 191 people watching right now. When we get to 250, I'll throw it in as a hint. How about that? We get 250 people watching. Laromi, thank you, says howdy. I saved at 32 to jump, or 39 to jump to 42. I actually go to 43. Are there any advantages to jumping for, or I can actually go to 43. Are there any advantages? Currently working on new ships and research. I mean, not really, honestly. You can do it. It will open up some new researches, but I would say that if you've made the big 3-level jump, go ahead and try to get everything going that you can right now. And you've probably got a lot to catch up on. So don't give yourself more to catch up on. But I mean, yeah, you actually can go 43. It's not going to change anything too much in terms of dailies or your leaderboard brackets. Refer to our camping sheet, which myself, Sylvis, Lube, I mean, so many people worked on Jules, Mando, Blue, K92. We all worked on that to kind of cover all the different details of what changes level to level. If you haven't seen that sheet, I can pull it up, but I don't want everybody to, get bored. So do we have a new PvP meta officer launching next month? I didn't say nothing about that. Nope. Yeah, I think you've got enough meta PvP officers lately, Wolfwood. Do you really want more? Like, really? Do you want more PvP metas? Is that what you really want, Wolfie? I don't feel like that's what you really want. Next patch is M60. Speaking of M, how's your M score? My M scores are right around 115. And you are right, it is M60. It's the 5-year anniversary. And this month, I would say in terms of content, how about this for a little bit of an olive branch, I guess. This isn't really a hint, but in terms of content, this is the biggest month of content you've had in terms of the amount of content coming for everybody in a long time. I mean, this is going to be a big month for the anniversary. Now, that doesn't necessarily indicate like, oh, Rev just said G9 is coming. I didn't say that. What I said is it's the 5th year anniversary. They're throwing a lot into this month. So, yeah. Hey, Nick, good to see you. You still having issues with zooming? I bet you're on an Android device, aren't you? Yeah, more content, more bugs. Hey, it's actually funny. We were in a conversation with the devs. So this morning we had a dev meeting, right? Me, DJ, the other content creators, the other moderators. And it was funny, like, hey, I even admitted, like, hey, we're trying our best and we are going to try to make it to where there's no problems, but we can't promise that'll be perfect. Like, and they didn't say it in a expecting failure way. They just said it in a, there's a lot coming this month. So they said in a way of they're going to try to fix things as quickly as possible if there are any failures. So do the treasury rewards get better from 49 to 50? And does the 4-star reduce? So 4-star will start reducing in the 50s, but not at level 50, Slugger. It does start reducing as you get further into the economy. Usually that changeover is around 51-ish, but yeah. Let me go put myself on a node real quick. It's also getting kind of cold here. And before anybody judges me for what I deem as cold, I'm in Louisiana, so it's like 60 degrees and I'm fully in pants and hoodies and it's cold. But yeah, exactly what Wolf was at. 51 is where you're going to have that drop happen. Hey, Hank, good to see you. Welcome in. Nick says, I rarely had issues with the game until the last month and a half, and it had dropped off a cliff. There are a lot of issues with stability on, specifically, we've had a lot of issues with like the Android notification system not working, everything. All these have been pushed to lay overlords. I don't have a fix for you. I will try to follow up. Today's meeting was mostly about this upcoming month's content. So, see you rush to 49. I didn't rush FOPS. I saved for a while, but yes, I did go to Ops 49 during the last leaderboard event. thus blowing all of my materials. And Hank, thank you so much for the support monthly. Always good to see you, man. But that was, good Lord, good golly, Miss Molly. That was something. That was something. That was peer pressure, and it's really bad. Peer pressure gets me. Peer pressure gets me sometimes, and peer pressure got me there. So we ended up, yeah. It happens. Things happen, all right? Don't judge me. You don't know my life story. Things happen. So we're 49 now. Oh, man. But I have been 46 for a while. I saved up for it, and then it was all one shot. I didn't have to, like, buy a pack to go. We went. And Dominus Prime says, I don't think anyone expects perfect, but it'd be nice if the current bugs and issues got fixed in a timely manner. I know I like to raise that bar high. You should, though. Like, as a player, you absolutely should raise the bar high on Scopely or any game company and expect them to have that. This is actually the same issue that Star Trek Infinite has. Infinite is a good game, but Infinite had issues when it rolled out. And, you know, even though I'm a Star Trek fan, I can't deny that there were problems with the game that they quickly had to, you know, address, or else they would have had an unhappy player base. And they've had some mixed reviews on Steam because of it. So you do hold them to that high standard, and you absolutely should. You should never let a game company be like, oh, well, it's difficult. I never accept the it's difficult excuse. Always make them understand that it is their job to give you the game that you want and deserve. So nothing wrong with setting the bar high. Now, on the flip side of that, I'm just going to go and keep it real with you. Because of the amount of stuff coming out in November, I would be shocked. Like, I will give them so many flowers and praises if November is a bug-free month, but I will be shocked if there are not problems. Just go. I'm not trying to be pessimistic. I'm just simply saying that there's that much. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh man. Same with me in 2931, saved and propped for a long time and then rushed once ready. There you go, Roy. Hell, I would say get ready to go to 35. That's where the real juice is, man. Jeremiah, good to see you. If y'all got questions coming on in, feel free to drop them. I will gladly answer as much as I can today. And if there's something that I can't with an NDA, then I'll try to skirt around it as much as I can and give you an answer without answering. Because there is a lot of information out there already. So if you don't know something, then yeah, I probably should have said that. All right. For those curious, it is 50 degrees here in where I live here in Louisiana right now, which for me is quite cold. For my non-Americans who don't support freedom units, how you can manage to survive every day, I don't know. But that's 9 degrees Celsius. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 9 degrees Celsius right now. So it's a little chilly willy for me. Eric says, are there new level caps and ships? I will tell you that in the future, there are new level caps and ships coming. When that's happening, well, you just have to wait and see. But are there new ships and stuff coming? Yeah, I've seen new ships that are coming. So when that happens, who knows? Y'all know that I'll see stuff coming for months ahead of time. I've been telling y'all since the beginning of the year that if y'all remember, I actually gave y'all a time frame of when I expected G6 to roll out, and I told y'all back in like February. So I'm curious if that ends up actually happening. Wonder what could happen there. Should I try to get to 39 from 38 before the battle pass starts? Yes, Jenny, you absolutely should. Get to 39. There's so many good reasons to be at level 39. It's 34 degrees up by me today, 26 last night. Trade you anytime. See, I would trade you anytime because I love the cold. Do you see this Ginger Dad bot? I know we're getting a little bit to the Twitch content, but I love the cold. I am that cuddly polar bear who's a carnivore. Give me some meat, but absolutely love the cold. So we can go beyond Ops 56, potentially Knife Beard. You could go beyond Ops 56 today if you wanted to, but you're lazy and you won't. Knifey, I bet I'm ahead of you in the donation board on our Knifey's in my alliance, by the way. Knifey, where are you on the contribution list? Oh, I don't see a Knifey there. Oh, I don't see a Knifey. There's T. Where's a Knifey? I don't see a Knifey. Where's Knifey? Where's Knifey? Did we switch a level again? Did we level up? There's Knifey. Wait, did we level up? Because I just dumped a crap ton of Latinum into this thing a week ago. Did we level up again? Knifey, please don't tell me we leveled up again, because now I feel like my donations were worthless. Oh my gosh. We went to 56. We must have been at 55. I dropped 2 million Latinum in there for that stupid event. All right. Well, now I feel like nothing I did mattered. Anyway. What's the biggest armada you've seen beaten by just Rialtas? I'll be honest, Volders. I don't know. I don't have that handy. I cannot tell you the biggest one. I really can't. Indominus says, quick, someone go back and check the Fed videos and see what month Red predicted. I will say that I'll just go ahead and tell you what I said. Q4, I expected G6 to roll out. Q4. Now, if y'all know how business works and when the quarters are, roll with that. Roll with that. That's when I expected. How can we get Scopa to actually fix the bugs? I've been waiting years for a fix for some of the bugs I'm experiencing daily, like the zoom glitches, warp issues, and targeting lag, to name a few. Depends, Abraham. I mean, short answer, never and also always. Like, are they aware of issues and trying to fix them? Yes. This is also one of the issues of why I say so often to make sure that you're putting out tickets, because a lot of times it is specific to the device that you are on, as in, like, you could be on a Samsung S21 on this operating system, and that's struggling, where my Samsung S21 on this operating system, like maybe I updated or I didn't update, is not struggling. You know, I hate saying use the ticket system, but this is why I throw in the tickets, because the only platform that I can almost always guarantee is stable is this one. The PC and Mac platforms are basically always stable. And the mobile ones, whether it be on your tablet, whether it be on your phone, those are the ones they consistently have issues with. That doesn't mean they're not trying to address mobile issues. I'm just saying that it's tough for me to go to them and just say, because I've had this conversation with them before. You can't just go to them and say, hey, Android's having a problem. Because what they ask me when I say that is, okay, what type? So they want to know what phones, what operating systems, you know, what version of the game they're running. They want all this stuff. All that is information I can't get, at least not easily. Whereas if you put in a ticket for these issues, it pulls that information automatically. So I do agree with you before anybody says it, that the that the customer service system is not good. I don't like it, but it does provide an important ability to give them certain information that they need to help you with what you need. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Get my Hydra out. We're gonna go maybe mine something today. We'll see. Which is sad for a mobile game. It is what it is, man. I crap talk Scopely enough. I'm not gonna take random shots for no reason. Look, I get it. There's stability issues, but also there are other mobile games I play that literally crash every time I play them. Example, Dragon Ball Z Logan? It's like a weird name on it. But I play this Dragon Ball Z game, and it is bigger than Star Trek Fleet Command, and it crashes every day. So it's not like it's a unique to Scopely thing. Maybe we can just say that the mobile game industry as a whole is really lazy and only cares about monetization. Dokkan Battle. Thank you, Sugar Fat Man. And it crashes on me every day. But I still love it, and I still play the game. So while, yes, there are literal issues here, and y'all absolutely should drop comments, let me know about the issues, and I will pass them up. I also don't want to just sit here and blow smoke up your butts that we're going to get a fix like tomorrow. So, could there be a Syndicate event soon? I was just wondering if I collect my Flash Pass now. There was two Syndicate. Usually the Syndicate events come during the arcs, not between arcs. I wouldn't expect one this week, but this upcoming schedule, I'm still waiting on. I hate to use the word hammered, but me and DJ really today were like, Eco, you need to announce the schedule for this week, because I announced yesterday when Incursions was, and the game has not officially announced it. So they need to go ahead and announce that and what the schedule will be like leading up to that. So thanks for sharing your preliminary news on Incursion event on Monday. I've not seen an official announcement. Any update on that? Actually, I was just talking about that, Tofu. We bugged them today in this morning's meeting. Me and DJ both bugged them about it. Now, to be very clear, Rev did not just pull out of his butt when Incursions is happening. That this was announced in the VIP Discord. For those that don't know what the VIP Discord is, the VIP Discord is the area of the game where the high spenders have a special chat where they have their own community manager and everything, and they have their own announcements. So that was announced in there, and then I simply gave it to y'all, right? So a Scopely employee said it. I simply gave it to you because I feel like as players, y'all should know what's happening. And to be fair, I have no problem with them, as in spenders, having their own server and having their own announcement. I just think everybody should know. So here you go. So we're all on the same page. At least that's my goal. So we did bug them about needing to make an official announcement. I would be surprised if there's not an official announcement made today, especially since I did a video about it. But there you go. There you go. X says that announcement shows they only care about whales. It doesn't, because it's two different groups. And sorry, got like a lot of phlegm in my throat apparently. They don't just care about the whales. I would just say that the people who work in that, one, there's a lot more people that work with the whales. So I guess that is kind of to your point. But two, it's two different departments. And Eco just needs to actually do his part of the department, is what I would say. I'm not trying to crap on Eco. I'm simply saying that if this department is saying it, then this department needs to go out and do the same thing. So they need to coordinate with themselves better, right? Two different groups, though. Two different groups. If they're really releasing G5 next month, G5's already out, Big Smiley. Why don't they also make a big announcement about it? Every game I play with DLC hypes big drops. They seem to want to hide it. Well, we don't know what's coming out next month. At least nothing's been announced. G5 is actually already out. You can go get a G5 ship right now if you would like to. But this game lives off of, I've said it before, so I'm not going to change my words. They live off ignorance. They believe ignorance drives spending. That's kind of like the basic idea. Now, there is a business way to word that sounds way better, and I'm simply saying it in my ignorant content creator way. But if you don't know everything, and you don't know what all's coming, and you don't know what the power levels are or what you're going to need, you're more likely to spend. That seems to be their strategy, right? I'm not saying I agree with it, and I'm sure there's a much better way to say that in a gaming way. And maybe one day I'll work in the game industry and I can learn how to properly say that. But fear of missing out and ignorance drives spending. That seems to be their model. Some games are going to hype up DLC. Like I love Paradox, which is a PC game. They are always hyping up, hey, we're dropping a new DLC in 6 months and it's about this. Go ahead and let us know what you think so that we can get it going. Different games do different things. So it be what it be, right? I've been having a small issue where the officer sorting for groups doesn't work if you load a preset. Gillard, my question would be specifically, if you're talking about officer presets as an issue, did you unlock a new preset recently? Because if you unlock a new preset, like if you unlock a new one, it tends to break. Like if you get a new one and then you have to continue to just go ahead and reset all of them. I did put in a request recently based on player feedback for them to add in a queue where you can actually just reset all of the at once, the below deck and the top, just reset everything and then work from there. But generally when you unlock a new one, start using, if you save to it, it'll break this, etc. So yeah. Any UI updates / changes coming? Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, don't know if there's any UI / updates to the UI coming. I have no clue on that one. That you've got me stumped. You found a question that I don't have the answer to. I've got no clue if they're doing that. I had absolutely no plans or no idea. Wrong words. No idea. I'll go ahead and throw this in there because I'm going to go. I actually can't do my bells, but I can go do some grinding while I'm sitting here answering y'all's questions. So I'm pushing from 3739. Any particular research tree I should focus on during the journey? I would say in the 30s, the most important research trees are, especially if you're going 3739, X-Borg and Territory are your top two right now. That doesn't mean there aren't others that are important, but if you're going up to 39, X-Borg is the best. Vernon says PC's not always stable. Look, man, there's always going to be an outlier, but in general, what is definitely the most stable and like by far, PC platform. Like that is the most stable platform they have. Can your individual experience vary? Absolutely. But what is almost always going to be stable for the most people? PC and Mac. And that's just because it's easier to work on that. There's less options. Whereas with phones, there's thousands of options and thousands of variables. And with PCs and Macs, there aren't. So sure, generally speaking, you might not have a great experience, but PC is definitely the most stable. When G6 does come, will G5 likely become cheaper, especially the Latinum cost for common? There will probably be no change to the Latinum conversion, Dizzy. Like, it is possible, but I haven't heard it mentioned. But in just to answer your question directly, will G5 economy get cheaper? Yes. As the G4 economy has gotten much cheaper, it still, has its own walls. Ship parts are still a problem, even though they've gotten better. The rares for the G4 are still really tough to get. The epics are really tough to get. But yeah, I mean, G5 will get better, right? Hostile grinding crew, what stat is useful to have on below decks? You want to stack health first. Like if you want to max out your below deck stats, especially if you're on a ship with like limited slots, you want to lock out the health first and do health first. I'm going to send this out. I'm actually going to mine something today because I feel froggy. I feel froggy. Good morning to you, Triple. Good to see you. Welcome on, everybody. Yeah, Come on in, ask whatever you want. I'll try to answer anything that I can. I've got, just came out of a meeting with the dev, so I've got a lot of information on the mind. Is there a way to get 2 amalgam blueprints without cosmic cleanup for free? I have 98 after last week's cosmic cleanup. I don't want to waste just for 2. No, there is no way. You would have to waste just for 2. Or wait for an event store to eventually come around. The next event store I would expect is probably Christmas. So that would be waiting months to get 2 little hits. What's the name of the whale server? Are you asking like, what's the name of it in Discord? Hell, I'd have to actually go look it up. I'm not sure what the name of it is. I mean, it's an invite only thing. Like you can't just up and join it. Not to make it sound, I mean, I guess it is kind of like one of the superiority things, but like you can't just go and join it. There's no link I can give you, Greg. If you hit me up on Discord and you're curious about it, I can look in and see and ask the community managers if you qualify. Oh, you're in it? Okay. Well, then why are you asking me? Why are you asking me, Greg? If you're in it, why are you asking? Which player is the highest for power destroyed in my server? That's a random question, but it's probably going to be, yeah, Stone. It's currently retrieving because this game works really great. There's Stone. So the top 5 are 4 of us, but Stone is the main person in Epic that they end up fighting. So Stone kind of has an advantage because he gets to hit T, Anders, Bear, Hath. We have 9 60s, and they've got 5 60s or 4 60s. So he's up to 22.5 billion. So, oh, you forgot the name. The picture, Greg, the last time I looked was the Enterprise, like the classic Enterprise. The last time I looked, Greg, or Greg. I keep calling you Craig. I'm sorry. But I can still point you in the right direction if you've completely forgot about it. And just hit me up on Discord. But yeah, it's, if you're looking, if you hit me up on Discord, what I can do is shoot you one of the community managers' names. And if you look at mutual servers, y'all will be in the same server. Then there's JTK, who's in the top 10, is level 49. JTK does a lot of hitting. Like JTK does a lot of sweeping. He sweeps a lot. JTK sweeps a lot. JTK, now I know some people have like a whole issue with, is he in the top 10? Yeah, right there. I know some people have a whole issue with like hitting the minor type deal. He hits a lot of minors. I'm not faulting him for it. We're at war, but it's very rare to see a 49 or wrong one, but it's very rare to see a 49 with the power destroyed of a 60. So he's punching up and he'll take out Novas and he sweeps a lot. I mean, so credit to him for like really engaging in the war. If you want to say like who's the most engaged in the war for Epic and as far as IA versus Epic goes, JTK and Stone for sure. What's the requirement for the spender server? Spending a lot of money. I mean, you're looking at 5 digits at the minimum, 5 digits. So again, there's not a specific, they don't have like a pamphlet they hand out. It's an invite only thing. And obviously it depends on the amount of spending in a certain time frame. So like if you spent 5 digits, but you did it over 5 years versus the person who did it over 3 months, there's obviously 2 different definitions. But Thiep, good to see you. How you doing, man? Dude, it's getting chilly over here, Thiep. It's getting chilly over here, man. I know it can get chilly over in the desert. It is 9 degrees C, 50 degrees freedom units right now, man. It's getting chilly. How are you doing? JTK has severe sleep apnea, so he would explode if he sleeps. Does he have sleep apnea? I honestly don't know if he has sleep apnea. He's never brought that up to me. No, Boogie298 hasn't. So what infos do you need? If you're curious about if you qualify for the spenders, sincerely, if you're curious, if you are wondering if you deserve to be in the VIP room, shoot me a, all right. My words are hard today, apparently. Discord or Facebook me a copy and paste of your player ID. So I need the actual string and a screenshot of your profile. I will take that to one of the 10 community managers for VIP. I will ask if you qualify. If you do, they will then contact you to invite you in. Right? Now, I will say that it's one of those things that it can be hard for them to just reach out. There is an in-game notification system that'll get sent out sometimes as well that they'll use. But if you believe that you should qualify or could potentially qualify, I will shoot it to them because they do want to make sure that all the people who qualify are getting the support that they deserve. So, Deep, you're in it. Deep, you're in it. What do you mean? You're in the VIP. Did you leave? Because like 8 of the VIP managers. I'm not ignoring you, Lango. I acknowledge that the Dallas Cowboys suck. VIP has 10 community managers and we have none. We have 2, Sean. I mean, the regular folks have 2. You have Eco, and then you have a new person they just hired that they've not announced yet. So, yeah. But Knifey says the VIP Discord is not all that great. I check it one every few weeks. It's mostly people posting AI-generated hamster pictures. It's actually not wrong. One of the guys that is the VIP is hamster. But look, if you are curious about it, I would say this. Here's my personal opinion about the VIP room. The VIP room doesn't really matter. It's more the VIP CMs that you get to talk to that can help you out with your issues. That's what matters, right? I don't think that the VIP Discord is super helpful in terms of like, you're not going to go in there and all your problems are gone, but the ability for you to actually talk to a Scopely employee that is assigned to you to help you with issues as a VIP, that's the benefit of it. That's just my opinion, right? Obviously, I'm not a VIP. I don't qualify for VIP. If you took everything I've spent in this game, if you took everything I've spent on gaming over the past like 15 years and combined it all at once, I still probably will not qualify for VIP in Star Trek Fleet Command. But that's just me. B. Thielen says the Cowboys suck. With all due respect, Rev, New Orleans is not great. No, you missed the point. The Cowboys suck, right? You are conflating 2 different things. Nobody said anything about New Orleans. We specifically said the Cowboys suck, okay? Nobody said anything about New Orleans. We said the Dallas Cowboys suck. That's all we said. Nobody said New Orleans or Houston or Atlanta. No, we said Dallas Cowboys suck. There we go. We can all agree on that singular point. Now, if you want to add in another argument, yeah, New Orleans is 4-4. Not exactly great, but we all agree Dallas Cowboys suck. Can't tell I don't like the Cowboys. Your video for prepping to ascend to 42 ops from last year. Any changes that would be made? Debating moving up to 42 before next week's patch. Greg, the only real changes that have happened or been added have to do with specialty ships. And the only thing that I would really add is make sure that you have the specialty ships to your appropriate level. So if you're level 39, you want your Talios to be tier 3. You want your Defiant to be tier 3. You want your Voyager to be, tier 3. Just be appropriate. And that's really the only difference. The efficiency researchers are still obviously your focus in the game and stuff like that. That hasn't changed, right? Yeah, HMS Wayfarer. So say we all. Yeah, what's crazy, William? I know we're talking Star Trek, but we do have a lot of football fans here. What's crazy is the Raiders fired Gruden and McDaniels, but the way that contracts for head coaches work is they're typically all fully guaranteed. So typically when a coach gets signed by a team, let's just say he got signed to a 4-year, $40 million deal. Unlike players, typically for coaches, that's full. So that means that the Raiders are currently going to pay 2 different coaches about $40 million over the next few years to not coach the team, which is hilarious to me. Raiders are so dysfunctional right now. Get your crap together. Who has the highest power destroyer on your server? Oh, Donovan, what is with this question lately? We actually just got asked this at the beginning. The highest power destroyed on my server is a guy named Stone, and he's at 22.5 billion. Are free-to-play peeps getting pushed out? Can we get to level 60 without spending 10K? So the highest free-to-play in the game right now is level 55, I believe. Level 55. Can you get there? Yes. Are they continually increasing the G3, G4, G5 economies? Yes. Are the highest levels of the game always going to be a premium area? Also, yes. So, also, yes. How'd you get your Sanctus Ops 49? Wolfwood, I don't have a Sanctus at Ops 49. Wolfwood, you are a poop stirrer, sir. You are a poop stirrer. I have 2 different types of 5-year anniversary credits. One blue, one red. Should I be using a strategy for this or just randomly collect and wait and see? Just collect. So what those are being used for. Now, I did bring this up today, but those are not for anything in game currently. What those are being used for is the more you collect, those are actually raffle tickets essentially. And they are tracking how many people collect, and you are being automatically entered into the 5-year anniversary giveaways, which is there's computers being given away, t-shirts, desk ornaments, things like that. I brought this up this morning that they need or should have some in-game transfer of those as well. But currently, when you collect like a 5th year anniversary token, it is simply registering and entering you into a raffle to win prizes. That's what that is currently doing. So thank you, Billy Bob, for gently caressing the like button. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's very, very kind of you. By the way, if you are watching now, hit the like button. Believe it or not, if you want to help out the most on YouTube, watching the video, commenting, and liking it, even if you dislike it, like if you hate Rev, like, hey, Rev, I can't stand you. Rev, you're not funny. Rev, we don't like your information. We get it somewhere else. Cool. If you hit the dislike button, that helps out too. So if you want to help out the channel, watch the videos, like, and comment. That helps out tremendously. So I appreciate it. We already know the G6, we have the Enterprise E and the Negvar. So can we recon the Scimitar for Romulan? Well, Guy, if you remember, now I'm not saying for sure that you're getting the Scimitar, though I would love to have the Scimitar. If you remember when we had that kind of like behind the scenes video that Scopely posted, I shared a screenshot that there was an interceptor for Romulan. It was labeled Romulan Interceptor in Photoshop, and it seemed to have the angles of the Scimitar, but we didn't see a full model. Would it be safe to assume that that's probably on the board? I would say it's a pretty safe assumption based on seeing the Negvar, seeing the Enterprise E. The Scimitar seems like a natural choice to add into that. But again, that's an assumption, but I would say it's a fair assumption, right? That's a reasonable expectation. And Donovan, you can ask as many questions as you want. You are never limited to ask questions. Now, I might not get to every question, because we have 400 something people, but I do try to. Donovan says, does your server have any universal laws in terms of hitting token space or uncapped ships? Donovan, if you watched my content, you would know that I hunt OPC and token space all the time. I love it. And not only that, the people on my server actually are really cool about it. And we understand that it's a video game and it's fun. So like I hit Tavi, and got Tavi. I hit several hits in token space. And this was on Monday. Here's Doulahan hit me up with a random comment with my love letters. So yes, we do hunt in token space here. We do. If you are OPC, you're OPC. It's actually one of our rules. It's actually one of the rules that I live by. If you actually go to my, here we go, everybody. There goes the stupid content creator doing a plug. But if you know, I actually literally have merch that says OPC is OPC. I'll even put it on the screen. How about this? There you go. Where's display capture? Bam. OPC is OPC. Always, everywhere. If you're in token space, if you're in minor space, Latinum space, if you're OPC, you're OPC. So yes, we do OPC hunt in token space. And yes, I realize that there are going to be alliances in chat right now who are saying, well, we would mark you rogue. Cool. Oh, well. Mark me rogue. It won't do anything, I promise. It's already happened. It's already happened before, and it did stop me. I just went to Ops 45. Should I just go to Ops 46? B-Tealing, I would recommend that because getting the Ops 46 ships is so good for your game. It really drastically improves your gameplay to have those 46s. So I would recommend going there and start working on those. I love 46. Great level. Great level. I assume you can't answer game real questions. What? Define game reel questions. Are you talking about the legacy reel that came out? Or are you talking about like what max mitigation is or how Cascade works? You know, I can answer all of those. 46 is also good to increase your daily and event rewards. Also true. Also true. Yeah, I can answer legacy reel questions, Abraham. I've posted a good bit of information about them. Now, there might be something I don't know, but what's your question about legacy reel? What is the Farborg planets, like near ACLA? Are you talking about like the beta sector, Aiton? Like up here? You're talking about up here? Where exactly? Because there's multiple Borg systems. There's multiple Borg systems. So which ones are you referring to? So Abraham, if you're curious what everything means, I actually posted in my Discord in the announcements channel the entire list. What I'm going to do for you, instead of just telling you, I'm actually going to go grab the list for you. Where did I put the list? When did we announce the list? Hold on 1 second. Where did I announce the list? There's that. Oh, here it is. Bam. I'm going to link the list to my Discord so you can go look at it for yourself, unless you just want me to tell you a specific one. There is the exact post where I explained what Trek Fanatic meant, Base Raider meant, etc. Near ACI. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to play in-system Google that. AC. Oh, a seal. A seal. All right, a seal. Okay, so you're asking about these Borg systems. Gotcha. All right, so I actually have a video for this. Okay, I was, there's so many systems to memorize. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to like ignore you or anything. I just was like, think about two different things. Okay, so I just did a video on this called Dairy Queen Hostiles or something. Let me go find it for you real quick. Short answer, you can go in there and get, there's a Borg hostile you can summon that will give you faction messages, as well as you can go in there and hunt ship parts. If you want to watch that video for a longer depth answer than what I just gave you, there's the link to that video in the chat. Short answer, you can go in there and get extra faction messages, things like that with your summoning juice. Long answer, watch the video. Long answer is watch the video. It's no longer a mobile game, it's a PC game. It's still a mobile game. I mean, it's because it has certain limitations as a mobile game. But I would definitely say that Star Trek Fleet Command has branched into much more than your typical mobile game for sure. But at its core, it is still a mobile game. Let me go ahead and start claiming all these. We'll have to do these tonight. For those who watch regular, please don't let me forget. Any good hints for the next arc? Define hint. I mean, I can tell you this. Something that most players have been asking for a long freaking time, like, is coming to the game. I mean, that's not really a great hint. I would also go ahead and warn you that the beginning of each month is always going to, or beginning of each arc is typically going to be a spin month. So don't expect a change there. But I will say that there is a lot of things. I'll say this. Normally, I don't spend on certain things. There is something that I'm spending on this month. I'll put it that way. Does that tell you something exciting? There's something I'm spending on this month, and I normally don't. Like, normally I don't go into an arc looking to spend money. I'm going into an arc looking to spend money this time around. So, all bugs fixed? Absolutely not, George. Sorry, I can't give you that promise. Can't give you that promise at all. But yeah, in terms of a hint, the biggest one I could say is, I mean, legitimately, something that players have wanted to have for a long time. And I know that's a very vague statement, but I'm being very specific because this is something that players have been asking for about 3 years. And you're going to have the opportunity to get it in the game. So, how much can I say without getting in trouble? Because I want to give more than that. But, like, the big thing that I want to hype up, it's tough to hype up without just saying what it is. Does that make sense? Like, it's tough to hype up something because it, like, you can't really word around it, because if you say what it is, then you know what it is. It's not something vague like a feature that you can just say, oh, this could be happening. But the honestly, the best way I can think of to describe it right now, though, truly is that it's something for 3 years every player's wanted to have in their account. So, players want for a long time is list from here in the movie. I know, John. Like, I really am trying to rack my brain on how to say that. Let me look up something. Hold on. How about this? I'm looking up a way to tell it to y'all, or that y'all have to go work for it. How about that? That's what I'm currently doing. I'm Googling a way to give you a hint without it being so terribly vague. What episode was this in? Okay, here's how I'm going to give the hint. And this is as specific as I'm going to get today. I might get more specific as we get closer to it launching. There's something that was in New Trek that you're really going to want, that you've been asking for 3 years, that's also from Old Trek. That's as close as I'm going to give it today. Now, today's Wednesday. Arc launches next Tuesday. I might get more specific as we get closer to that. But there's something specific in New Trek, specifically in New Trek that a lot of people really liked, and Old Trek that y'all been asking for 3 years. That's as close as I'm going to get today. I will be more forthcoming in a few days. Ripper says, I know. Ripper, of course you know. You're Ripper. You know everything. You know everything. A tractor bear to pull in ships. I love tractor bears. In fact, if I ever become a farmer, I want to have a tractor bear. Absolutely. What's funny is what counts as old Trek and new Trek. So new Trek is referred to starting with Discovery in every series we have now. Old Trek is all the series previous. So I'm not counting the movies. I'm just talking newer Star Trek series starts with Discovery, Lower Decks, Picard, Strange New Worlds, Prodigy, etc. And then old Trek is, Voyager, Next Generation, DS9, all that stuff. So then you have like a weird middle ground where Enterprise just exists. Enterprise just exists. Nobody thinks about it. It just exists. It's there. Like, oh yeah, Porthos. That's a puppy. Hey, Elbot. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. So yeah, anyway, I will try to be more forthcoming with this in Must Be a New Type. I'll tell you this, William. We'll do Process of Elimination. It's not a new Armada type. How about that? It's not a new Armada type. There you go. There you go. It is literally something that you have on your account. So it's not an Armada, okay? I said that before, so I'm just going to repeat that. It's something that you've wanted for 3 years. It's in New Trek and Old Trek. And it's something for your account. It's not a Armada to go hit. All right. There you go. I mean, that's definitely giving you a pointed direction. And Sean says fixes on all bugs. You're never getting the bugs fixed, okay? Out of spite, they're never fixing the bugs. Maybe one day we can dream. Transporting officers between ships out of stations would be good. Agreed. And that's something that's been brought up before, Kenny. Absolutely has been brought up to the dev team before. Photon tokens? Yes. Yes, Scrunch. More pips. Oh, man. I will tell you this. I've seen about 600 comments, and one of y'all's right. I literally just saw somebody say the right thing. I've actually seen somebody say the right thing 2 or 3 times. But so somebody's out there guessing the right thing. I'm just not going to tell you who guessed the right thing. But in the chat right now, there's at least 2 or 3 people who have guessed the right thing. So we'll see how it goes. How about more bugs fixed than the new ones created? Okay, Andrew, how about that one? That one we can fight for. We can definitely fight for that. Look at Ryan. Was it me? Yeah, it was definitely you. Yeah, I actually don't even remember what you said, Ryan. I'm reading chats, not names, because there's so many of y'all. But yeah, can I tell them? Scopely technically didn't tell me. I mean, Ripper, you can do whatever you want. As an NDA content creator, I have to inform you that I am not allowed to share any information, and I cannot encourage somebody to leak something. So, Ripper, you are your own entity. You can make your own big boy decisions. Ripper can make his own big boy decisions. So, Ripper, you do what you got to do, buddy. Ripper says he's kidding. I mean, he's honestly not. If you poke Ripper enough, Ripper will leak things. If you bug Ripper enough, he will leak it. He will. He will. Ripper can give us his own educated guess. He can. Let's all peer pressure Ripper. Yay! Peer pressure never led to anything bad. Never once. Teasy knows nothing. Oh no, James. Ripper knows. Ripper typically knows before I know, and I knew about some of these things coming this months ahead of time. Ripper knows like when the things are being talked about. It's crazy. Ripper knows when things like the discussions happen. I just know about when things actually start getting done. Ripper knows when discussions start happening. It's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. He has a cool goatee like Spock did. He is in his villain arc right now. I think that's what the kids say. Is there an easy way to find missions you haven't accepted yet? Sadly, J Park, there is not. One thing this game is severely lacking is a way to track not only the missions that you have not unlocked, but to track the missions that you have completed. That is something that is definitely needed for everybody. Ripper, go ahead and give them something. Give them something, Rip. Like, give them the first letter of something that's coming out. I don't know. Give them something. Give them like the third letter. Give them the third. There you go. Give them the third letter of what's coming out. There you go. Give them the third letter. Make it like a weird Jeopardy thing. Oh, man. Hey, Tim. How you doing? Good to see you. Let's see. I just got like 3,000 independent credits from the Halloween event recruit. Congratulations. That's actually fantastic. Does it have to be what you hinted at? No, it doesn't. It technically doesn't, but then I'm not gonna know what you're talking about. With the colder temps, is the long beard coming back? I'll be honest, Anthony, probably not, but maybe. Don't rule it out. Depends on how many ladies and men flirt with me and tell me to have the beard again. So there are all these wonderful ladies in Star Trek Fleeky Man, and all these beautiful men in Star Trek Fleeky Man who flirt with me, and if they flirt with me with the beard, I'll probably grow it out. You never know. Who doesn't love positive affirmations? Who doesn't love positive affirmations? Third letter is Z. What the? Z? I'm gonna sit here. Okay. See, now that I'm hit or miss on. Like, I think it'll be good for some people, but unless it's available to all people, But I know what you're referring to. Yeah, the Riz, Austin. Riz, Austin, are you like 18? Good Lord. How do you even know what Riz is? Been hanging around Twitch too much? Just wait till your beard goes from ginger to gray. I've already got a couple of grays, and please don't bring it up. It's going to start like a depressive episode. Don't remind me that I'm getting older. But anyway, if you can't tell by the chat, I mean, am I a little bit excited about this month? I am. Am I going to tell you it's all going to be rainbows and I'm not going to blow smoke? Why did I press that button? I'm not going to blow smoke up your butts. It's not going to be all puppies and rainbows, but I will say that this month is a month I'm really looking forward to. So, speaking of the Halloween event, the pulls from the Dabo for it were pretty dang nice. Super good officer selection included in it. Yeah, well, guess what Rev did? Rev spent time with his family and didn't do any of that. So I missed, but I don't regret missing. I spent time with my kids. We actually went Halloween trick-or-treating last night. I dressed up kind of like as Darth. No, he's not really a Darth, but Balin Skull. Scroll words hard. Let me find, how about I share some pictures of me and the kids going out for some Halloween treats. I'm going to do that because I'm a dad and I love sharing pictures of my kids and I love my kids. So y'all can just suck it up the fact that I'm a dad. All right. Y'all can just get over it. I'm a dad and I'm proud of it. And I love my kids. So give me a second and we'll get, oh, she looks adorable there. So we'll do that picture. Little Spider-Man. And, okay, there's James Tiberius. Everybody wants to see James Tiberius too. So everybody loves James Tiberius. All right. You're about to get kid pics for 10 seconds. So you can see what I did for Halloween because I've become that dad who shares my family. All right. So there's me and my son who was dressed as Spider-Man. My daughter behind was a princess. Here is another of her getting candy from one of the houses. And yes, we early trick-or-treat. We were not out at 9 o'clock at night with all the crazy people. There's her just smiling in some random yard with me in the background looking ridiculous. And then here is James Tiberius all bundled up because it was a little chilly. So there's James Tiberius all bundled up and looking all adorable. So there you go. There's the pictures of Lake Kids. That's what I did for Halloween. I did not have a lot of game time. Some. Yeah. Well, Tony, he's 6 years old now, man. Like, that's how long we've been playing this game together, that when I started playing Star Trek Fleeky Man, when I started making content for Star Trek Fleeky Man, I only had one child, and he was like a year old. Now he's 6. So, yeah. Best joke you heard this Halloween then? I don't know if I heard any jokes. But yeah, it's crazy because November is actually a big month for me, and I don't know how to celebrate it. I actually need y'all's recommendations. This is my 4th year being a full-time content creator. So the first year, I was working as an IT director and a sports journalist, and then in November, I've been doing this for 4 years now. And in that time, I've had 2 more kids and, moved, and the game's grown. We've played other games, so pretty crazy. Sorry, I missed the start of the stream. Any good meetings with Scopely? Yeah, I had a good meeting with Scopely today, I think. Oh, here's something y'all can get excited about. Guess what the dev team asked for me today? Don't take this as a guarantee anything happens. But guess what they asked for me today? Remember the video I just did about every prime that needs a free-to-play path and how Sylvis and myself have a list of all the primes? I went and updated that. Guess what they did? They asked for the list. Can't guarantee that immediately turns into anything, but the devs asked for the list of the primes that don't have the pass and everything. So I got to hand off to one of the head devs the list that Sylvis helped put together and that I've been updating. So that's a good thing. Shouldn't they have had a list of that? Probably, but that's not the point. Oh my God. Yes, they absolutely should know, but they don't know, okay? Guess what else got brought up in this morning's meeting if y'all want to have happy things? Myself and DJ brought up the fact that the rare and epic cloaks are still not in the faction store. And the reaction was, wait, they're not? So that was brought up as well. Expect to see that in the near future getting added into the faction stores, getting cloaks added in that should have been there 2 years ago. So look, we can and moan about how they should have known something, but the key is this morning led to a lot of that hopefully happening. Okay? Okay? So let's ignore the bad part of it, which is they didn't know, and let's accept the good that they were like, oh, okay, let's work on it. Okay? Let's accept the good and ignore the bad. Let's take it as a positive and not as a negative. All right? Let's just be positive. Positive energy. Positive energy. Okay? Positive energy. Oh, man. At this point, nobody should really be surprised anyway. And if you ever wonder, like, what did DJ and Rev really do? Or, you know, honestly, not just me, what did Lube and Caution and Stony, one of the moderators, and Stewie do? What do they really do? Stuff like this. Remind the devs of, hey, remember how you promised this 2 years ago? That's what we do. What does Lube do? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. All right. STFC spend their time bashing their heads against a brick wall. This is true. If you ever wonder why I'll go from days from being excited to frustrated, that's typically why. But I'm in a good mood today. And I'm in a good mood for Star Trek today. As in, like, I feel like November is going to be a good month. I hope there are no game-breaking, like, game-destroying bugs. I hope the world doesn't end in any of that stuff. But I do think this is going to be a good month overall. I think it's going to be a good end of the year overall. So, yeah. Sounds more like appeasement. They probably do know. No, honestly, Herbie, they didn't. I have gotten to work with some of these folks for years, and it truly was not you can hear something when somebody responds. And keep in mind that, like, when we have meetings, the meetings can be with the dev team. The dev team typically refers to live ops, the people who run the events. You have game design. You've got community, which could be your community managers, and even community is split up into several groups where you got the VIPs, you got regular community managers, you got the Beck, who now works in the media department. So I've always said that they have horrible intercommunication, absolutely horrible intercommunication. Nathaniel, we actually already released a couple of hints, but we can. So they have got awful intercommunication. But no, the people that we were talking to were generally like, wait, they're not out? So. And specifically the person that we were talking to this morning was the person who actually made the promise 2 years ago. So, yeah, genuinely a oopsie. So hopefully all this gets worked on. Yeah. Hellside says, guys, we're talking about what is honestly a small dev team that does nothing but put out fires on something they didn't build. Their need for data help from the CCs isn't surprising. Truthfully, from 5 years into a game where, like, I think original people, like people who were actually here 5+ years ago at Digit everything, I think there's like a handful of people who are like the original folks on the game. A lot of the folks that we work with now are new. So yeah, I mean, it's not to like just cut Scopely a lot of slack. It's not easy to just go back and see how somebody else built something. You build something that works, changes, adapts, and then know all the issues that were happening years ago. So again, that's not making excuses. It's just the nature of it. As a consumer, as a player, you shouldn't care But if you do want to be understanding as to why like something can slip through the cracks, that's why something can slip through the cracks. So all this information is surprising, really. If most of the devs don't play the game regularly, then they'll miss some stuff, and promises can be promises forgotten if they're not reminded. Specifically that latter point. Absolutely. Absolutely that latter point. I mean, there are just some things. Look, this happens at every game I've worked with. When NetEase, when I did Eve Echoes, even though I wasn't with Eve Echoes but a few months, I had to remind Eve Echo devs about stuff. Okay, I've had to do the same thing with Paradox/Nimble Giant for their stuff. And that game's been out a month, right? This just happens. It's a lot, right? It's not an easy job. And I'll be honest, most companies don't hire enough people. So what you end up having is, instead of having like, I'm just going to use it as a base number, instead of having 2 devs to work 40 hours and do the job, they're going to have 1 dev work 60 hours. Like, that's just the nature of the gaming business. That's a very bad model. A lot of these folks are overworked and they don't have full-size teams. And that's not just a Scopely thing. That is a lot of companies. So if you ever think about getting into gaming, yeah. One more reason why they should honestly take a month or two and concentrate on reinforcing their code. I know that's not how EA does things, Ripper, but EA is also bigger than basically everybody. Steven, they can never, ever take a month off. That's just simply not an option. It's simply not an option. They cannot take a month off. It's literally not an option. So we have to find ways as content creators and as players how to get feedback around that not being an option. Around that not being an option. So I understand as a player why that sentiment is there, but it just literally could not happen. Not without releasing a $2,000 bug fix pack. Yeah, even then, like, even if, 200 people bought that, that's still not enough. So yeah, and y'all are right. It is all about profit. It always is, right? Now, the game designers and the dev team, they truly care about the players. But at the end of the day, the people who are calling the shots, they care about the revenue marks. And that's just, welcome to the sad real life of adulthood. So can I take a month off? AQ, you can do whatever you want because I think you're awesome. But you also are in Europe, and Europe seems to have like a lot of like laws that allow you to take long vacations. We don't have that here in the US. So yeah, you go ahead and take your month off. You probably have like some legal recourse that makes that okay. So unfortunately, I know this. They would need a second team that works in the background and fixing stuff. Well, it's not even about the amount of teams, Steven, in terms of they literally can't take a month off because most of the content this game generates is from most of the revenue this game generates is from new content. So they can't just stop making content because that's where the primary income source. And when you have investors, and not only do they have investors, like Sony owns a piece of Scopely stock, but then also Scopely got purchased by Savvy Games. You can't just go and tell your investors and your owners, hey guys, we're just going to not have any revenue. We're going to kill 7% of our revenue. That's just never going to fly. That's just never going to fly. So that's what it comes down to. As a player, absolutely, I want things to work. But I understand why, from a business standpoint, they could never swing that. Even if they wanted to, it would never happen. So, any word on Dax Bashir 7 and Neelix sourcing? Besides the Flash Pass? No. But can try to follow up on those things. I'll be honest, this is going to be a really rough month to try to follow up on anything. Like I said, it's that big. There's that much happening. There's that much happening. So. Wait, is Ripper giving away hints again? I see people asking about Ripper. I'm looking for his, Ripper's last comment was by EA. So. Did you see / hear from Scopely this morning as to the overall purchase rate of the whip? No, they don't typically share that. If we ever find out purchase rates, it's usually we found it out from a more nefarious means. Scopely's not going to like openly say, hey, here's how many people bought the Ferengi whip. So, what's my favorite faction? Klingon. Obviously Klingon. Klingon is the best at everything and everyone. And if you're not Klingon, then you are wrong on. Okay? When G6 does show up, can you tell us how many ops levels are being added? Typically, they add 10 when they add a new run. Typically, they add 10. So, this patch is so big, over/under on game breaks on launch day. I'll be honest, Tribble. Even though I'm looking at this month in a positive way, if you can't hear my voice, I truly am looking at this in a positive way. I would be shocked if there's not day one problems. Absolutely shocked. But that's because of how big it is. Also, thank you, Mark, for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Are we getting new Klingon ships? The simple answer is yes. I just can't tell you when. Yes, but I can't tell you when. Your legacy real question remains unanswered. Well, what was your legacy real question? What was your legacy real question, Abraham? But if y'all do want to support the channel, remember, I can't do what I do. Like, I can't go to the content creators. I can't do that. I can't go to the dev team, game design, etc. Without the support of y'all. So if y'all are here, like the video. And if you want to support the channel, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or check out our merch store, revenues.com. Yes, I am plugging myself. Well, and guess what? I can't do what I do without the amazing support of people like y'all. If you can't donate, I understand that. Just like the video, make comments, watch everything we put out. That does help. So if you do want to support the channel, though, literally, if you donate $2, I will appreciate you tremendously. If you donate $20, I'll faint. If you donate $200, I will sacrifice what could I sacrifice? Not a Lego. I'm very, very precious about my... Have y'all seen my military Legos? I don't want to sacrifice my military Legos. But I'll find something for you. Appreciate y'all's support. Appreciate y'all's support. I had to say most G3 mined. I'm trying to understand as compared to my server or the game. Oh, to the game, Abraham. So when they pulled the stats from the game for Legacy Real, it included everybody and all accounts. So it was all, like, over the past 5 years, even people who quit, that's where they were pulling the numbers from. That's where they were pulling the numbers from. So Just a Watcher says no sacrifice needed. Okay, fine. Fine. I would hate to break my military Legos, but I'll be honest. My kids have bills. So we'll do it if we have to. We'll smash our Legos, but we don't want to. We don't want to smash our Legos. We definitely don't want to. I don't want to. You might want to. So. Sacrifice of gray hair. I've only got a few, but they do exist. If I have 200, I expect $100 worth of return. Tell you what, Mike, I agree. If you send me $200, I will send you 100. Let's make it happen. What did Trek Fanatic mean? Jason, Trek Fanatic, again, this is in my Discord, so y'all can go grab it real quick if you need to. Let's see it. But Trek Fanatic was you had a high number of missions completed. High number of missions completed. So, yeah. Do you think we'll get Moopsy in some form? I hope so. Moopsy's fantastic. I absolutely hope so. I absolutely hope so. Moopsy is one of the best things that's ever happened to Star Trek. And if you don't agree, well, then you just don't want to be happy. How can you not love Moopsy? Moopsy to lead us all. In fact, if I can get like mods for Moopsy in other games, I will. You'll eat a whole bag of ketchup chips for $200? I will. And I hate ketchup chips. Ketchup chips has got to be the worst thing Canada has invented since Justin Bieber. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Hey, TK, how you doing? Good to see you. What other questions y'all have? We are about an hour into the stream, and we'll stay for about another 30 minutes. We will be live on Twitch tonight. If you have more questions and stuff, we will. I need to get some better hints approved, but we did give away I feel like we gave away 2 decent hints. Rippers is a little vague, but I know exactly what they're talking about. There's no way anybody can guess Ripper's hint. I'll be honest. There's a way you can guess my hint. In fact, a couple people have actually already guessed my hint. No ways anybody's going to guess Rippers. Absolutely no shot anybody's going to guess Ripper's hint. There's just no shot in hell. But yeah. One second. Y'all mentioned it. I wanted to grab one. Like my military Legos, I got these World War II ones and stuff. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. It's just so much fun. If you wonder what nerdy things I like, stuff like this. This is a military Lego set. And no, it's not made from Lego because Lego doesn't do military stuff. But this is an ME-262, the Messerschmitt German jet fighter. I love that freaking stuff. But anyway, that's what I was talking about. Missed the hint. Can you say it again? D-Day, you need to be dedicated to my content. Never leave. Never go anywhere else. You should be here 24/7, 765. Never be anywhere else. As far as what the hint was there's something that players have been wanting for 3 years that you can find in New Trek and in Old Trek. And it is something for your account. So that's how specific we got. There you go. Not real military. This is real. Okay? This is real. You're at work making money for Scopely. Well, you're supposed to be making it for me, George. gosh. How are we going to be able to redeem ALB, SLB tickets we received from the end of the event with the store being gone? Great question. I will ask the live ops team after the stream. Synthahol, yes. Samir, good to see you. How are you doing, Samir? You're voting for the Christmas tree in my base? Hey, I'm still waiting for you to fulfill your promise from forever ago where you said that you would have a special Rippers mod where I could have my own avatar and the Battlestar Galactica in game, and you've still not done that. So look here, Ripper, get to it. Get to it. And I agree. They should have a Christmas tree in the game. All right. You've been busy? It's an excuse. Busy is an excuse. Yeah. We're getting a new building that gives us killer hull and shield raises, but the main purpose is to trade all the leftover crap. It's funny because we actually kind of already have that building. Except for the trading over crap part. We actually already have the whole health and boosting building. We actually have two of them. So there's one. Here's one right here at the armory. We kind of already have that. Just none of the trade-in part. But yeah, we actually already have that building. Power creep. Power creep. For hostile grinding, what stat is useful to have below decks? Prince, we actually already answered this earlier. If you're going for the max percent, you want to do health first. Max out the health percent first. Bit late, but are they removing the event store? You mean the Dabo style store? Yeah, that's gone. That's gone. Dabo style store is bye-bye. What exactly are you referring to? Are you talking about this? The Hobgoblin stuff? Here, I'll go ahead and do my Hobgoblins because I hadn't actually pulled them. Here's my Hobgoblin pulls. Hey, 1,600 independent credits. I'll take it. I'll take it. What we got? We got another full pull of my Hobby. Hobby pull. Another full pull Hobby. Another 1,600. Ooh, yummy. All right, and I think I got a double pull. Yeah, so my final runs. Yeah, not bad, man. So I got good independent credit returns and, decent officers. Sync at XP was a nice little throw in there. But, yeah, I got two of those. That was a nice pull. Yeah, your Hobgobby pull is not in the event store. It's in the recruit for your Halloween runs. And don't forget to turn those in. So I think they were a pretty nice little pull. I honestly do think that they had good officer selection. And I think there was a good little amount thrown in for being a short little Halloween event. So if you hadn't done it already, go do your pulls. Go do your stuff. And, yeah, there you go. And pull your mission keys. Is it Syndicate rank 18 and that bump piercing mitigation made a noticeable difference just now in your acting grind? Awesome, Kal-El. Love that Superman got a little bit of a boost. Absolutely love that for you. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go reset this note. Your reminder is welcomed, Kendra. Now, keep in mind that does expire tomorrow. So go do it. Because this will not stick around, y'all. These tokens, you're not just going to be able to use them again in 4 months. Go use them now. Also, a thank you to Adam. Adam decided that they wanted to support the channel. Adam, thank you so much for donating at $10. That will help out my family tremendously. It's not enough to make me break my Messerschmitt ME262A1, but it is enough for me to say thank you sincerely from the heart. I have 3 children, and your help and support this whole endeavor. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hobgoblin event, 61 ultras, 5,200 independent credits, and 27,000 syndicate. Damn, Mike. Okay, again, I said that I did not go out and I did not focus a lot on the events this week because I was doing daddy stuff, and I don't regret that. But I will say that I felt like the Hobgoblin was a good event run, and I think they did a good job in terms of providing some value to the players. So I think it was a good one. You got 6 shards of Wayun, still 40 out of 100. Well, you're going to get there eventually, buddy. You'll get there eventually. I mean, at this point, do you even need Wayun? I don't know. You'll get there eventually. What's the best way to get more titanium? Raiding. Jack, get out there and raid. Raid, baby, raid. And then the other answer would be to do your bio refines in your resources. Pull these. Pull those. Get out and raid. Crack those bases. Steal that loot. That's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be doing. All right. You can also technically do it here. I'm not going to do it, but you can technically do it here. I'm saving until my Monavine is a couple of tiers higher before I start doing those pulls. So, still got St. Patrick's Day tokens. Scopely wouldn't compensate now. They're just stuck in my inventory. Well, then you have something to remind you of an amazing St. Patty's Day, I guess. You have something to remind you of St. Patty's Day. You should be grateful. I get the frustration, though. I really do. So, completely understand. We go ahead and make these pulls real quick. Since we're just sitting here. You managed to promote Una. You're nearly at Syndicate 30. Wow. Okay. Now you're making me very jealous because I did not do that well. I did not get all that crazy goodness. And I'm still only at Syndicate 25. So now you're making me feel kind of Syndicate shamed. So cool. Thank you. Is there a suggestion box for game ideas? We have one in my Discord, exclamation point Discord, if you haven't joined already. We do have a spot in my Discord. And then when I have meetings with the devs, like meetings like today, myself, DJ, et cetera, the other ones, we do try to bring things up and, you know, acknowledge a lot of the big points that players have been saying are issues here and there. Also, got to give another big thank you to Hank. Hank just donated $10, says, no breaky your toys. Thank you, Hank, for loving on me, appreciating me, and supporting me and my 3 kids. And they're not toys, they're collectibles. How dare you? But thank you. I do appreciate it. They're collectibles, damn it. They might only be collectible to me, but I love them, okay? I mean, y'all have seen the big one I haven't started building yet, right? The company that I work with, for those that don't know, I actually work with a company here in the U.S. that sells these. I don't really make any money off of it. I just do it because they're a small family business, kind of like I am, so I love supporting that. But have y'all seen the big one I have? Have y'all seen the big one they sent me? They sent me a free massive one. Have y'all seen it? Do y'all want to see it? If y'all don't care, because I have a habit of like showing off things that I like. But oh, Falcon, I forgot that link was even there. But yeah, that's actually the company, warbricks.com, if y'all want to use that link. Nexus says, show us. Cool. We only need one person to encourage me, and I'm going to do it. Ah. 8,000 pieces. Tiger 1. Haven't done it yet. I got to start it. This is probably going to take me a good 40 hours to put together. But Tiger 1. 8,000. Big old bad boy pieces. This is about 30 pounds. Actual working. You're not going to invade Poland with this baby. But you can actually like open up the engine bay. You can open up the turret. We've got all the little pieces individualized. It is the most detailed Panzer model in the world. So check it out at warbricks.com. Use that link above. But they sent that to me for my birthday, and I was like shocked. I was like, holy crap. Now I just got to find a time to build it on stream. Is that a Taken War Thunder? It actually is a Taken War Thunder. Yeah. That's a Tiger 1. So that's the Tiger 131, which to my knowledge, the Tiger 131 is the only remaining like fully put together model, like a real Tiger that still exists, I think. So it is pretty big. It weighs about 30 pounds. So it's pretty, why the background music stopped? That's lame. We need to reset this node anyway. But yeah, you're looking for a 110 scale RC tank? 110, that's a pretty big scale. Because this is 112. But it's not RC. All right, also, don't forget about your bonus refinery, everybody. Bonus refinery time. Hit those bonuses. Stream it on December 26th? Maybe. Maybe. That reminds me, I also got to do a Christmas list for the kids. What's the best level of hostile to farm 4-star ship blue piece? Which 4-star ship blueprint are you trying to grind, Woody? Which 4-star ship blueprint are you trying to grind? Bonus refinery isn't exciting as it used to be. It is to me. Because it's free. It's extra. Even if it is using the old loot table, it's all extra. And I like extra. So, I like extra. I will always like extra. I will never complain about extra. Extra is always good. So more is more. I'm a strong believer in more is more. Big thank you to Kevin, who says, great content. Thank you, Kevin, for being so encouraging and for supporting me and my 3 kids. They also donated $10. So 3 of y'all have done it. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are helping pay the bills. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Is there a point to mining the Cerritos refiner? Or mining 5 max Cerritos? I mean, you want to do your Cerritos so that you can get your officer shards. You absolutely want to get those officer shards in. Unless you've maxed out all the officers. Have you maxed all the officers? And even then, you're getting transporter patterns. So if we're going in here, I mean, I want to pull that no matter what, because I want those officers. I want those officers, man. That's the value in there. That's the yummy. Oh, I got to go mine more. More territory mining. Have you heard anything about fixing Cadet Scotty? Seems that this captain maneuver and officer ability are swapped. No. There's no problem with Cadet Scotty. I mean, I've not seen any issue, and I just used Cadet Scotty like last week. So, do you know if they are changing the TC Battle Pass events in November? To my knowledge, Steven, no change. To my knowledge. It doesn't mean there's no change, but as of now, I am not aware of any different events being run besides what's currently being run. But again, there is a lot happening in November. I mean, and when I say a lot, I'm not just like, Scopely's not paying me to say good things. There is a truly large amount of things happening. So that's probably not going to be one of them. We'll see. I don't know of that. I mean, that was not announced when we went through all of the things. So with updates to Apex and Borg mini event, do you think they'll come back around to Swarm Sunday or Swarm Dead content? Everything's getting an update eventually. I would even say that, you know, maybe those dailies could be getting an update sometime soon. That'd be really cool. It'd be cool if the dailies got an update. That'd be really neat. We'll see. Officer Rev Deuce and FCFC win? Sadly, probably never, but I would love that. I would absolutely love that. When is the solution for all the special ships being implemented? They said they've been working on forever. What do you mean? I don't understand the question, Grant. I don't understand the question. What's the best way to grind for messages? I mean, honestly, that just comes down to hunting individual scouts, or if you want to use your, and I just did a video on this, last week or 2 weeks ago, you can summon using your Voyager juice in these Borg systems, and these drop messages. But other than that, it's hunting scouts. And I did do a video about where all the scouts are, like what systems scouts spawn in. I did do a video covering that. So, where's the best place to grind 4-star battleship parts? Well, any place that has 4-star battleships, honest to God. I mean, there's not like really a best place. I will say a lot of the new hostiles, like the Borg hostiles up here, freebooters do drop a good amount of the broken parts. If you're just talking about in faction space, you can come out here, sort by hostiles, and we can see that, well, there's battleships right here, and they're going to drop. And the higher level you go, the more you're going to get dropped there. So now if you meant battleship blueprints, like you're looking for Intrepid blueprints or something, that would be a different discussion. Yeah. Independent hostiles often drop parts in chests too. True. Small amounts in those chests, but yeah. Don't want to level up to Ops 26 or stay at Ops 25 and grind resources. I mean, Sethan, I think, have you completed everything at 25 you've wanted to do? That really comes down to how efficient you've been with your specialty ships and how far you've gotten all those. If you've gotten where you've wanted to go, I would say go ahead and move up. But if you don't have a Vidar and you've not gotten your Disco done and you don't have your Franklin level and all that other stuff, I would focus on those things. So I'd focus on those things. When all the Hobgob currency was done, you had 0 left. Oh man, it's crazy. They actually like planned it right. It's crazy how you actually got to use all your Hobgob currency. What a wild and crazy trick that was. PP says the best 4-star farming is the Dairy Queen space around the rare formation armadas. The reds go up to level 60, but only drop G4 parts. You get insane drops. Yeah, and I did try to mention that. I guess I should have been more specific, BPP, but you are right. The new hostiles, one of the efforts with the new hostiles, like freebooters and Dairy Queen, was to give them better drops. So like if you want to come out to, I can't even see into any of these stupid, I hate that I can't see into them, but if you hit the hostiles in here, they have really, really good drops. How long would it take to fly there? a long heckin' time. Where can you get, because it's just a Talios. Talios can get there. We'll go check that out. But anyway, yeah, I mean, all the Dairy Queen areas, the Borg area right in here, which does take tokens, but if you're doing your Voyager rep, you probably end up with a butt ton of those tokens. Now, there's definitely places you can go. Back in the day, the best place to do that was, for the older players here, they'll remember the Beta Sector and this Borg area, which still technically does have that as an option, but it's not really, I wouldn't say it's the most advantageous route to go anymore. But it did used to be that. Are they finally lifting fog and D-Space? Not that I'm aware of. Trading in old currency is a great idea. Something for the players been asked for a long time. You're right, Indominus. That was a random comment, but you are right. People have been asking for it for a long time. I don't know of it happening, but it definitely has been a very requested feature for quite some time. On officers, where is Hugh at? I don't even remember where's Hugh. Where is Hugh? Is Hugh on here? Like, do I have Hugh on? No? Where do I have Hugh? Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back out there. Got to get the Gilded Pickle grinding every day, all day. I think he's got to always grind. Where did I put my Gilded Pickle? Oh, wrong one. Where did I put Hugh? I've done lost Hugh. Are you shouldn't be here. Absolutely shouldn't be here. Where's Hugh? He must be here. All right. Yeah, there he is. All right, so he is on ship B. I don't know why he got moved. But anyway, he's on ship B. Is there a way to get Boars and Boar system? Boar. All right, we're going to have to look it up. Don't have to look it up. Repeating it to myself did not reveal anything. Boar. I still don't understand the question. Like, Borg systems. Okay. Is there any other way to get? Okay. So you're just talking about transwarp cells in general. No, the only way to get those is the daily drop. Okay. Sorry, y'all. There's literally systems that are named Boar. So I had to go look. All right. So that is a real system, by the way. If you're ever curious, Boar is a system. But here's your hostiles every time. Here's a 50. And you see there's 1,200 parts, and it's not hard to take these out. Like, if you farm in this area, you're going to get good part drops. And I'm not even using a good farming crew because I actually have the Actian crew on right now. And yeah, I still ended up getting 2,600 broken battleship parts just from hitting that one. That's just a 50. And this isn't even with a crew that I would grind with. This goes up to 1,800, so I'll get double that. So I mean, you get a lot in these systems. If you're just looking for broken ship parts for your refinery turn-ins, go ahead and recall that, though. That has my Actian crew on it. It's for hunting Actian Apex hostiles. All right, I get my Vidar this Saturday, but the disco still takes me till December 23rd. I don't want to risk waiting that long because I expect an event store to hit in December. At a higher ops level, you get better loot. That's completely logical, Steven. I would just say to make sure you don't forget your disco. It is a very important ship to have, especially in the 40s. Very useful with some great applications. I'm very, very happy with my disco. And actually, one of my regrets was I went into the 40s without maxing it. And I would definitely encourage you to do that. Max that thing out. So get it going. Pickle grinding. That just sounds so wrong. Sounds so right, Gary. Sounds so right. 3 months to max a Vidar unless you're just lazy. Yeah, it doesn't take very long. The Vidar has a very good max rate, whereas like the Devore has a terrible max rate. The USS Discovery has a pretty terrible max rate in terms of how long it takes. And then the worst loop, in my opinion, is still the Stella loop, but at least that loop gives a lot in return. But the Stella loop is like 19 maxes and scraps. It's terrible. I hate that damn loop. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to cuss on YouTube. I hate that dang loop. I hate that dang loop. So, yeah. Junior, I max out my cargo, and especially now that I'm using the Talios, I got a lot more running the Giorgio Tau run. But Franklin sucks bad. But with the Franklin, you can at least hunt OPC Franklins, right? It's like if you have a Franklin, you just go and say, hey, Let's go see if there's anybody. I mean, this is an old server, so there's probably nobody there. Okay. Let me just see if I can find somebody in maybe these here. But if you've got Franklin, the Franklin, at least you can go OPC hunt Franklins. Now, I don't know if there's going to be any here because, again, this is a server that doesn't have a lot of old players playing on Franklins anymore. Yeah, right there. 58,000. Just smack the absolute love and tar out of them. Bam. There you go. So at least with the Franklin, you can speed up the sourcing and the acquisition and the grind by hunting OPC Franklins. So, yeah, there you go. Would recommend. Would recommend. Server on your arm has Franklin against hunting row. Well, guess what? Your server row is stupid. Stop obeying it. It's not like they can hurt you. Just go ahead and do it anyway. Do it anyway. That's stupid. You see that? Did you see that guy that he was? Nah, I'm not going to go personally bug somebody who's actively grinding, right? But that person's not actively grinding. They're literally just sitting there. They're floating. They're doing nothing. Yeah, I'm going to go take it. It's so stupid to make a rule that you can't OPC hunt that. No, that's dumb. That's beyond stupid. Now, am I going to go bug somebody who's actively moving around? No, I'm not going to go do that because they're doing their grind. But people leave their OPC Franklins out all the time on every server, and they'll sit there for hours. Screw that. No, I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it. Yeah, screw that. What a silly rule. What a silly rule. So, using voice to text not working out very well. It's okay, Grackle. You can always hit me up on Discord or Facebook because we do have to wrap up. We're about an hour and a half in, and not that I am trying to say I don't love hanging out with y'all because I absolutely do. But I actually have to go work on a video for my other YouTube channel. For those that don't know, I work for Bleacher Report for these past couple months and have my own YouTube channel where I cover the New Orleans Saints. But specifically, I focus on teaching football. If y'all don't know my background, I actually have a background in player evaluation and scouting and have gotten to work in that field for quite some time, which is really, really neat. So I actually got to go do all that. And then also Comcast apparently.